Hey guys, it's Emily. I just decided this morning that I would show you guys a video on how I'm going to style my eyes and lips for this Christmas season. Everybody's going to holiday parties and Christmas events and family events, and it's a really fun time to kind of add a little bit of finesse to your makeup routine, add a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of elegance. Christmas time is a wonderful time. So I really wanted to show you guys just a very classic pretty eye and lip. I usually do red lips, but with the blonder hair, which I'm even blonder now, and by the way, this is not styled, I just threw it up so that you could see everything. I'm going to do some berry lips because I really feel like berry also is very Christmassy, and it's a good alternative for any skin tone. Red can look really harsh sometimes, or people just feel really self-conscious with red. So I've decided I'm going to do a more pinky berry lip. But first, before I do that, I'm going to do the eye look. I'm going to be using the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette. If you haven't heard of this, it's really amazing. I got it over this summer, and I have used it every day that I put eye makeup on, which is not every day. It has all kinds of neutral colors. Some are shimmery, some are matte. Most are actually shimmery, but there are a few that are matte. I love it. I don't use all the colors yet, but I find that I probably will over time. So I'm going to use that for my eyes, and so we're just going to do eyeshadow, some lining, some mascara, and some lips. This is just kind of to give you a good look for Christmas. And I've already done my face. I've already contoured it lightly, and I did my brows. So if you are interested in that, I have other videos on brows, and I have a video on my complexion / contour. So the first thing you do when you put on your eyeshadow is you want to put on some primer. This is Urban Decay Primer and Sin. What a name. It's a little shimmery. In the cosmetic field when I was in it a couple of years ago, I never knew about primers. And then I was told you put them on no matter what. And now that I have, I just can't imagine ever putting eyeshadow on without primer. It really does make it last twice as long, and it just makes it so much more colorful and so much more elegant. I swear by them. And there's all kinds of primers, but Urban Decay is actually known for their primers. They have classic colors and anti-aging ones. This is a more shimmery one because I just like shimmery. I swear by them. Swear by their eye primers. So I just put a little bit on my finger. Yeah. Not too much, just a little squeeze, and then I mix it with both my index fingers on the tips, and I put them right on my eye. I'm going to try to lean in here so you can see. I stick to the bottom part of my eye, and I just kind of go up. I'm not the type of girl who goes all the way to my brow bone because, I don't know, I just am not. I kind of just stay to the middle of my eye. I basically put it where my eyeshadow is going to be, which is going to be the lower and middle part of my eye. But if you're comfortable putting it all the way to the top, that's fine too. I'm going to do the other eye. Yep. So you just make sure you get it all on, and you make sure it's completely blended on the skin. Less is more with eye primer. You don't really need to put a lot. It's not really for color. It's really just to get it to last. And sometimes I need a little bit more. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit on my finger and touch up this eye a little bit. It can dry pretty quickly, so you have to work with this stuff pretty fast. Alright, so after you've put primer on, any kind of primer on your face, you want to let it kind of set and dry a little bit before you put anything else on. Just so it gives it time to really soak in the skin. The next part is the fun part, the eyeshadow part. This is where people get scared and they're like, I don't know how to do the shading and the contouring on my eye. I'm just going to try to show you in the easiest way that I can that it's really not that hard. It's just technique and learning, practice, and taking your time. I'm going to do, for the base color on top of the primer, I'm going to do this. This is so weird to do this backwards. This golden color and then this shimmery champagne color. You don't have to get this kit to do this eye look. You're just going to want to find two shimmery light colors that are not overbearing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, here, this is tricky. I'm going to take the gold and I'm just going to pat it, and then I'm going to take the white champagne color. And one's called Booty Call, which is the champagne, and the other one is called half-baked. And if you hear some weird sounds in the background, it's my little boy with my husband doing who knows what. I'm using the Urban Decay brush that it comes with. Another reason why this is really worth its weight in gold, I do believe it is like $45 to $50 to get the palette, is it comes with this amazing brush that has two ends. I'm using the bigger brush. It's just basically a kind of a dense little brush, and I'm just going to put it right on the eye, the lower part of the eye. And you're just going to do that, and then you're just going to pat it again with the gold and the champagne color, and you're going to do the other eye, and you're just going to like not go all the way up, you're just kind of going over the complete base. So wherever your base was, you're just going to put it on, and you're just kind of patting it on, nothing crazy. So there's that simple, shimmery, just the first or second step. Then you put this brush away. The next step is where we're going to put the little bit of the contour and the crease is what it's called. And what I use is a brownish color. I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush that is the blending eye brush, and it was like $1 at Target, maybe $2 at the most. I love e.l.f. because they have the cheapest brushes and they're amazing. I'm going to use the Snake Bite for the contour color. That is this one right here. It's a shimmery mocha brown, but it's not like these that are like really dark. That can get kind of iffy or, I don't know, just kind of party-like. So I'm going to stick to that. And I might add another color if I feel like I need to. So you're just going to pat it into the shadow, and then you might shake off a little bit. And then this is the part where you really need to pay attention. Since we're doing the arch, we don't just go right here. We go in towards the corner too. But first we're going to focus on the middle part of our eye. So we're going to start kind of in the middle of our eye, and you're just going to lightly go back and forth. I always told the girls in cosmetics when they were trying to learn that where your eyeball ends and your brow bone begins, that's where you put the arch. So my eyeball ends right here, and my brow bone's right there. So I go kind of right smack dab in the middle and use that kind of as my guide. And I go back and forth, kind of blending up as I go and blending down just to make sure it's no sharp edges or heavy lines. And I just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then you're going to dip into the Snake Bite color again. What a name. Shake it off, and this is the part where you're going to take the end, which is right here, and you're going to go right into the corner of your eye so it's finished looking. So you're going to go right there, and you're just going to going in downward motions only, always lifting your brush up as you go. You're going to go down, down, down. And this is the part where you have to dip and kind of go as you please. You never want to put too much eyeshadow on the brush because you can build if you do less, but if you put too much and you have eyeshadow on, like really good eyeshadow like Urban Decay, it's not going to come off easily, so you'll have to like kind of make it work. So I'm just going to keep blending it down a little tiny more. Even though it looks like I'm dipping it a lot in the eyeshadow, I really only use a tiny bit, so that's why I can go back and I can build it. It's all about building. And this is where you don't want it to be too blended. Like you don't want to blend into this part because you want this part to be kind of the creamy champagne-y gold color. And then I add a little bit more Snake Bite color, a tiny bit, and I go back to that arch in the middle of that brow bone and the eyeball, what a name. And you're just going to go back and forth, and then you just kind of go over everything you went over and just blend. And that's it. And then sometimes I notice like it gets kind of dark right here. So what I'm going to do is take the brush that was in the Urban Decay, the fluffy, dense one, and dip my champagne and my golden color and just kind of sweep over that part again, just the cream part. So that's the arch. Before I highlight the top, I'm going to do the other side. So we're going to do the Snake Bite again, shake off some of the brush, and we are going to start in the middle and just sweep. Now this again can be really intimidating for girls who don't do this. So just remember the eyeball, the brow bone, and just kind of lightly use eyeshadow so you can build. back and forth, back and forth. Blending kind of up as you go, blending kind of down as you go. And just remember that, like I said, if you build it, then you can have control. And the key is not to overthink about it. Just, I know we're not all artists, we can't all blend things perfectly, but you can take a brush that's $1 and you can just blend, 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 blend. If you have good eyeshadow, like Urban Decay or a more high-end brand, they make the eyeshadows a little better, more blendable, easier. That's why we pay the money for them, because they're easier to blend. You want to make sure that the colors kind of match. I'm going to add a little bit more of the snakebite color to this. And then you're going to dip it into that color again and work on the corner of your eye, going from the end to the very corner of your eye. Like I said, you don't want to get in the middle because then it kind of looks funky. And you're just going to kind of blend it down. Always lift up your brush as you go back down. You're never going to go like hard. A little more. All right. So I always look back and I look in my mirror and make sure that it's the same color. This one's a little darker, so I'm going to take that brown color and go back in my arch and blend, 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 blend. Then go down to that corner of that eye. Almost there. A little bit more in that corner. Patting it on, pushing it down into the eye, and then boom. I'm going to add a little bit like I did the other, champagne color and the golden color. And just kind of put it in that little crease again. And then this is where you take that Urban Decay brush again. I know I said before that I'm done with it, but I'm not. And you're going to take, it's called Booty Call. I really don't like these names. The Booty Call color, which is what we have been using. We've been using the gold and the booty color. And we're just going to take a tiny, tiny bit of the booty color, which is just like a champagne color. There's mostly, everybody has them. They have a little bit of shimmer. And you're just going to go on top of where the brown is, and you're just going to sweep it right below the brow bone. You can actually touch the end of your brows with it. It doesn't add a lot of shimmer, but it does kind of add a little dimension. See that? Okay, so sorry, something just dropped. Apologize. So we are done with the Urban Decay Naked 2 Shadow Kit and the brushes. Next part is the liner and the eyeshadow. The liner can be tricky. It is Bobbi Brown, and it's in the classic black ink #1. It's in if you've seen my other videos, you know I love anything in glass jars. I don't just love it because it's in glass jar. This is the best eyeliner out there on the planet. I've been using it consecutively for 3 years, and I will never go back. I might use liquid ones from time to time for more of a winged look, but really this is my ultimate eyeliner. And Bobbi Brown makes it to where it's so long wear, but it can still come off with warm water. It's amazing. It comes with this ultra fine eyeliner. Doesn't come with it. You got to buy it separate, but it's also Bobbi Brown, and it's just this tiny little perfect, I don't really have the best camera for close-ups, perfect eyeliner brush. If you're going to get this eyeliner, you have to get this. So if you're going to spend the money, which I don't remember how much this is together, but I know it's probably collectively over $50, you want to get both, because if not, it's not even worth it. So you have this brush, and you have this. You're going to dip it on both sides, and that's it. Just 2 sides on it. Less is more. And this is where it gets tricky. Because the first few times you do this with the brush, it can be tricky, but as soon as you get used to it, you're never going to look back. You're going to take the corner of your eye, and I'm not doing a winged look today. I very rarely do that with my eyes because I have hooded eyes, and it just doesn't really do much for me. And I go right flush to where the eyelashes, are. And I don't make a one streak line. I just go and I build it little by little, all the way across the eye, flush against the eyelash. And like I said, I don't just do a little straight line. That would be hard. You just do a little by little, build it, and you're done. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to show you. There it is. There it is. And then you're just going to get to that corner of that eye, get it as flush as you can against the eyelash. That's the most important part. And you're just going to build it as you go. I encourage you guys to get this eyeliner and the brush and practice, practice, practice. There's other brands that have eyeliners in pods, and they're also not bad. But like I said, I've tried everything when it comes to eyeliner, and this is the best. I can promise you that. So there it is, done. Again, I encourage you, if you do get this, practice, practice, practice. Take your time. I promise you this will be the thing that you walk away with and say, thank you so much, Emily. It's the best product ever. All right, so I'm going to stop this video, and I'll do a two-parter because it gets so long. So we have done the eyeshadow and the liner. The next video will be mascara and lips. All right, see you guys soon.